Hello, when you play farming similar to 25, do you like 4x maps? Do you like maps that symbolize rural United States of America? You might like this map. Let's take a little look around. Okay, you start the map right here on this pier, which is kind of cool. It is compatible with the Highlands fishing package. Something strange too, when you're walking on the wood, the water thinks you're in the water. Watch these waves. Okay, kind of cool. All right, so you're not actually on your farm, but you can if you have the Highlands fishing package. Get a fishing pole and go fishing there. So what we're going to do is go out here to the road, and you come down this way, and this is where your farm is going to be. Whoa, that's one of your fields there. Well, we may as well take a look at it. Okay, you got right at 3 acres of barley here that's ready to harvest. The land area is bigger, but the field itself is about 3 acres, the tillable part. Okay, so if you come up here, you can take a right here and go down this way. This is your driveway to your farm. And we may as well take a look inside this barn. You have a lawnmower, which is handy because you have some cows. So that goes on the back of your tractor, one of your tractors. Let's go in the other way here. Okay, you got a small water tank. You're going to need that to water your animals. You have a small tedder and a small windrower. And you have the famous John Deere 3650 with 116 horsepower. And that gets you rolling there. This is your cool little farmhouse here. You can't go inside. I wish you could, but it's not a bad place. You got some clothes hanging up on the line out here. And you got a little propane tank in the back. Looks pretty realistic. You got the International pickup truck here. This is your little carport. Okay, your windmill here is just for looks. That is not the well. I would probably want to get that, though, because you have a water source here, but this one charges you, okay? And you can get the well one that gives you free water, and you're probably going to want to do that. You have a small silo here. It has a capacity of only 200,000 liters, but the good news is it comes with some stuff. Okay, look at that. You got $21,000 worth of barley, $37,000 worth of corn, $66,000 worth of oats, and $39,000 worth of sunflowers. All total, you got about $190,000 worth of stuff, including what's in your hay barn, which we'll look at in just a second. Okay, now this is interesting. You have a nice cultivator here, but it needs 300 horsepower to pull it, and you do not have a tractor with 300 horsepower. Okay, so that's a boo-boo. They're just trying to see if you're paying attention, I guess. Okay, you got a nice seeder here. It needs 200 horsepower, and one of your tractors we're going to see does have that. And you got a nice, pretty nice small round baler here. Needs 110 horsepower, so you can pull that with either tractor. And you got a small sprayer here that goes on the back of your tractor with an extra tank. All right, let's go down this way. You got some more stuff. All right, check it out. You got a cow pasture here. It holds 70 cows. You have 10 in there. These are not for dairy cows, but it does come with some food in there already, so they're not starving to death. It gives you time to cut some grass over here and get that rolling. And you just heard them, but over here across the way, you got a couple of horses. Okay, you got a horse pen here. It holds 16 horses. You have 2. Some people like horses, some don't. I'm not a big fan, so what I did is I sold the horses, took this out, and I put a sheep pen there. That was easier to do to make money, okay? But you do have that. This is your bell fork here, kind of tucked away as an oh, by the way. And you do have a horse trailer here, so if you get rid of that, you could sell that. And right over here, you got a grass field that you need for your animals, okay? It's ready to cut, so you can take your mower and start cutting grass there. Okay, and here you got your other one of your other tractors. You got the John Deere 6R, okay? It has 234 horsepower. It is maxed out already. Over here, you got the famous Massey Ferguson 8570 starter harvester with the accompanying grain header to get you rolling there. Okay, down here, you got this little crappy trailer. It's a pretty good one. I think it holds 12 cubic meters. And you got the Challenger tractor with 225 horsepower. But once again, you do not have one with 300 horsepower. So you either got to get a tractor that's going to pull your cultivator or get a different one. I got a different one for now, so I went back and sold that. Got a different cultivator. The rest of your stuff works. Okay, over here you got another field. This was your largest field. It has 9.4 acres of oats in it that is ready to harvest. And you only got 2 horses, so strangely enough. Okay, let's go back to the beginning here because you had another field over there that I forgot to show you. Okay, so if you go out this way, I showed you this field. This has got 3 acres of barley in it. But right on this side of it, you have another field that's been harvested already, and it's 4.3 acres. And this is right across the street from that little water source there. Let me show you on the map. Okay, we are in this area of the map. It is a 4x map, so it's going to be PC only. Okay, so if you play on console, I feel for you. I have an Xbox X. In my man cave there, I still play occasionally because I like it. So this is the land you own. You got 4 fields, including your little grass field there. Not a bad to start a farm here to get you rolling because you got the 3 tractors. You got a decent sized field there. These 2 over here to get you started. Okay, I almost forgot to show you your hay barn, but you have some stuff in there. You got 4 bales of straw, 4 bales of hay, 4 bales of silage, 2 bales of oats, and 2 pallets of seeds. So that definitely gets you started there with some stuff to start feeding your animals over there. All right, here's your little farm from there. You got these 2 fields here. One's ready to harvest. You got some neighbors right there. I like this here. It says Circle C Saloon. It's just cool looking. Looks like a real place there. And you got some houses over here. Looks kind of real. Pretty nicely done map. There's another angle from your farm. You got your storage shed there, your silo, then your cow pen, horse pen, and your other barn there. Then your horse trailer, your grass field, and then your big field here with oats in it. There's some other fields you could purchase, but your fields will get you rolling to start with. You have enough to get you going. Okay, if you look at the map, you got this water source that cuts all the way through the map in a couple of different areas. There's a couple of bridges, and there's one right up here that we'll pass over. You have to cross the water there. It's like a ford, so we'll look at that. It's a pretty map, nicely done. The fields, for the most part, are irregularly shaped. At least you have some. Some are square, some are all kind of other shapes. Let me show you where we are on the map. Okay, your farm is down here. So you come out here by the saloon here and go north and then take a left. And this is the shop right in here. And there's a lot of points of sale, as you can see right there. There's a lot of water on here. It is compatible with the Highlands fishing package if you have that. If you don't, use code TEACHER and help me out here if you want to get that and don't have it. But Highlands fishing package is kind of neat. Sometimes while my AIs are farming, I just go fishing. Okay, this is the shop. Your stuff's going to spawn here, and there's where you take it to get it worked on. Like I said, you got a lot of points of sale in here. Let me show you the productions. Okay, you have a bakery, biogas plant, carpentry, cereal factory, dairy, grain mill, grape processing unit, oil mill, spinnery, sugar mill, and a tailor shop. Those are all available for you to purchase. You do not own any right now, though. There's more water here on the north side of the map. Over here, you got your biogas plant. Got another point of sale, this transportation place. Cereal factory. Got another pier here, a little fishing spot, and it's cool because, and a lot of maps have these, but these have small boats, not just the big barges. Look at these. They're always going up and down the river here, the waterways. Pretty cool. Look at that. Pretty neat. Nicely done. Okay, this is the area that you have to ford if you want to cross here. All right, let's see if we can do it. If your character doesn't swim, then usually you can make it with a piece of equipment. So there you go. Here's the co-op over here. Pretty nice. Very pretty map. Has a lot of character. Let me show you something else over here too. It's pretty cool. Okay, here's Hobo's Farmer's Market. Point of sale. Pretty neat. And the carpentry shop. Okay, we're on this southwest corner of the map. Okay, if you come over here, you can see this long road here. The roads are long because it's a 4x map, which is kind of cool. I like to ride around in my semi sometimes, taking stuff here and there. All right, I just want to show you this because I thought it was really cool. Okay, you got Hobo's Hollow Campsite. You got some street lights there, trash can. Has a lot of detail here. Fencing, parking lot, and you can walk back here. Stan Haggart State Preserve, Department of Natural Resources. That's pretty cool. Looks legit. Campers, please self-register. I mean, it looks like the real deal. Pretty cool. They put a lot of thought into this. Trash cans over here. You got a pavilion where you can come over here and have a little group picnic with its accompanying trash cans, campfire thing, picnic table, playground for the kids. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. People walking around. Looks like a real park. And over here you got the bathrooms, men and women. Look at that. Pretty cool stuff. You can walk down. There's a beach area down there. Fishing is prohibited without a permit. Look at that. You can come down here and go swimming. Or if you got a license, you can fish. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty much it. The name of the map is Hobo's Hollow 4 times, and it's supposed to take place in Idaho, rural Idaho. So it's pretty cool. It's been revamped for Farming Simulator 25. It has 57 fields, 15 forestry plots. They are going to add collectibles and a custom growth calendar on an update, but that hasn't come out yet. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm Farmer Teacher. Share this with your farming buddies. It's a pretty cool map. I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye.